be when they put the Packers and the Cowboys in prime time. Homecoming for Micah Parsons. They miss him. Their secondary has allowed the most deep balls this season. Lack of a pass rush without Micah has not held Dallas tied for 27th in sacks, 25th in pass rush win rate. And in the 4 seasons with Micah, they rank 2nd in the NFL in sacks and 1st in pass rush win rate, which is super hard to say, so you have to say it slowly. How's Micah gonna mitigate all those emotions he's gonna be feeling?
He's not gonna mitigate them.
Yeah.
Why would you mitigate
lean
them?
into him.
Yeah,
right?
quarterbacks need to mitigate and calibrate and maneuver.
Okay.
When you're a hunter, you just have a feeling. I get to express it with my physicality. For Micah Parsons, it's going to be play the run first and then get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what we'll see.
By the way, they would come in hot and angry even if it wasn't for Micah Parsons because of the way that they lost last week, that Jordan Love interception, Mina. So what do you want to see from the Packers against that struggling Cowboys defense?
I'd like to see some offensive balance. I have no doubt that they can shred them through the air like everybody shreds Dallas through the air. The play-action passing attack should be really effective. But this Green Bay Packers run game has been sneaky terrible this season. Bottom 5 in just about every metric. The one that really jumps out to me, though, is their 27th yards before contact per carry. On so many of these runs, Josh Jacobs, as you see here, just doesn't even have a chance. And a lot of that has to do with the injuries on the offensive line. But I've got good news. You're playing the Dallas Cowboys. So I'd like to see the run game improve in some way to give me confidence that they can be more balanced as the year goes on.
Yeah, the 3 things I want out of this offense. 1, less obvious outs. We've seen the motion when you go and it's a 6-yard out route. We've seen it enough. Do something different. 2, more 12 personnel play action. I don't think they've gotten to that enough this year. And then 3, hit your shots. They've had dialed up shots. Jordan has not hit them. This is a defense that you're, and I don't want it to be this shot that you hit and the guy's waiting on the ball and the box score says you hit it. I want it to look like if the coverage is perfect, you still make the completion. I think this is a game for the Packers where it's like, this is what we do. We're going to be very good and excellent at that rather than skating by versus a subpar defense.
Yeah, nobody on the set, by the way, thinks that the Cowboys are going to win. That's
if we lose this one, it was just meant to be. I'm just going to be honest.
Once again, there's Dan, 20-17. That's the kind of insight you're getting every single time. Between undefeated teams, and that would be the Eagles and the Buccaneers. Eagles coming off that huge comeback win. And the Bucs have needed a game-winning score in the final minute of every win this season. Sal Palantonio joining us now. So how is Baker and that offense preparing for this titanic matchup of unbeaten Sal Pal?
Hey there, Hannah. Yeah, and Baker Mayfield has provided all the heroics, all the pyrotechnics in these 3 comeback wins. Remember, he hasn't practiced much this week, has a painful bicep injury in his right arm, his throwing arm, that has kept him out of practice. I watched him on the practice field today. He looked like he was throwing the ball fine. Head coach Todd Bowles told me that Baker Mayfield will be ready to go on Sunday. He wouldn't miss this game for the world. Remember last year, almost a year to the day, September 29th, 2024, the Eagles came into Tampa, and Baker Mayfield was 30 for 47 with 347 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the Eagles got waxed in that game, 33-16. But that was only 4 games into Vic Fangio's defense in Philadelphia, and Baker Mayfield knows that this defense that won the Super Bowl in Philadelphia is much more seasoned and much tougher.
Guys up front, we got to take care of them. So whether it's getting the ball out quick, making them run, obviously we have the advantage here in Tampa with the heat. So trying to tire those guys out, knowing that early in the game, probably not able to take a lot of shots. You hold on the ball an extra tick, they're going to be there. So he does a great job coaching those guys up on the details and the safeties playing from top down. There's not a whole lot of stuff over the top of them.
So the Eagles came down a day early to get acclimated to the heat.
I think I'll have a full-fledged practice. That ain't going to happen. Not going to happen.
The Eagles are expected to arrive on Saturday, tomorrow, and have a walkthrough at Raymond James Stadium just to get acclimated to the heat. And Hannah, the game time real feel on Sunday on the field is supposed to be about 105, 106 degrees when the Eagles and the Bucs kick off.
Wow. All right, Sal Pal, that was a great weather report, among other things, as we go to Mina Kimes. It's weird. This is just not a good matchup for the Eagles. Like, they have had trouble with the Bucs recently. So what are you looking for? No Mike Evans. Chris Godwin, we don't know. He's a little bit banged up. How do they attack the Eagles?
I think for Tampa, I got two questions, similar questions I probably have for anyone playing Philadelphia. One, can you attack cornerback 2? I actually don't know who's playing. Dory Jackson's banged up, Ja'Cory Bennett as well, but no Mike Evans hurts in this regard. I think through alignment or motion, they have to figure out a way to get a boot at those matchups. And then, can you run the ball on the Eagles' light boxes? Philadelphia is actually 30th in success rate in run defense this year. Some of that is structural, it's by design. But Tampa's run game, which was so great last year, has been a little bit up and down. I think getting Tristan Wirfs back is huge in this regard. And if they can run the ball well on Philly, and I think they're capable of it, then they can do the job of controlling this game.
Yeah, and listen, if we go to the other side of the ball, and when we consider, I talked about it being a matchup, Jalen Hurts is only 1-4 against the Eagles. So take us through that Todd Bowles defense, and I love what he told Sal Pal, by the way.
Of the NFC, but Todd Bowles has managed to huff and puff and blow their house down with pressure from the defensive side.
Yeah, and if you don't run the football well on early downs against this defense and you get into third and obvious passing situations, that's when all these different kinds of fire zone pressures are going to come from the defense.
Also, right now, Dan, let's highlight Vita Vea.
Yes, every time.
And just in case somebody wants to pay attention, with Vita standing like this, he's going that way.
Antennas up, antennas up. Now, what you're going to get from the defense is this. You're going to get pressure here, and then Vita Vea is actually going to be a dropper. And so all these pressures and these fire zone looks are going to happen opposite Vita Vea. The challenge for us offensively is we want to handle the pressure on one side and block Vita Vea on another. That's the big challenge.
And the other big piece of this, right, is the way they move on the back end. You see when they motion over, that's going to bring Parrish as well. So we're going to know if we're Tyrod Taylor that we have man-to-man coverage, and with no safety in the middle, it's zero right away.
Exactly. So this is a fire zone pressure, essentially, but it's man-to-man coverage. But the problem is you got people dropping out underneath. So the quarterback is taught often, all-out pressure, get the ball in your hand, see if you can hit the ball in the middle of the field. Now, Tyrod Taylor fits that ball in there, but that's a dangerous throw.
Yeah, and if you run it back, what you want is you want Tyrod Taylor to feel like he has Garrett Wilson inside, because they're playing top coverage, which means the low defender's going to take the guy that's off the football because you're expecting the short route. He's expecting that he gets this help from the line of scrimmage to be in the throwing lane.
Exactly. This is a dangerous situation for a quarterback. You get it off, but it's something to pay attention to. Now another opportunity for pressure. We said every time it's going to come where? Opposite Vita Vea. Vita Vea is going to go there. We're going to get pressure there, pressure here. We're going to get a dropper. Last time it was all-out man coverage. This is what we call cover 33, meaning there's 3 deep, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 defenders underneath.
All right, so these 3 defenders underneath are going to relate to both number 2s, right? So we have a number 2 here, and we're going to have a number 2 to the bottom, and the 3 receiver hook. The 3 receiver hook guy here, he wants to receive anything that's going across the middle of the field.
And this is dangerous because as an offense, you get caught up in paying attention to Vita Vea, and then you get a defender coming from depth, Antoine Winfield Jr., who's one of the great blitzers secondary-wise in the league. He's skinny enough and slithery enough to get past that guard.
And also, if you rewind this to the beginning, if you look at Antoine Winfield's initial track, his initial track starts outside. And so this is going to draw the tackle here. It's going to make the guard not fan out right away and give him an opportunity to duck under with leverage to get to the quarterback.
It's relatively similar pressure opposite Vita, completely different coverage. Once again, on third down, if you don't run the ball well against them, you're going to be in trouble. Jalen Hurts has historically struggled against this defense in this situation. I'll highlight Vita Vea again. There it is. The pressure is going to come from there and there. We've seen cover 0, all out man. We've seen 3 deep, 3 under. And now what we get is what we call a cover 88. Cover 88 means there's a middle of the field open, and then these guys are all just playing a zone defense with vision, reading those routes.
Now, here's what has to happen, though. If you're Tyrod Taylor, you have to see this. Once we lose this man here, they actually slide the underneath coverage the wrong way. We should be stepping here with the underneath coverage. This ball should be out right now if you're Tyrod Taylor. And we also have to understand to recognize the hot if we're number 2.
And once again, Antoine Winfield Jr., a difficult guy to protect with or against from depth. if the Eagles struggle to run the football, I think this Tampa Bay defense, pressure-wise, can have some success.
Hey, I tell you what, Sal Powell said it's going to be 105 degrees on the field.